Have you ever taken a vitamin, thinking it was helping only to find out later it might have been slowly harming your legs? It's one of the most surprising things I've come across lately. A vitamin that's been trusted by millions, even recommended by doctors for decades. But when taken in the wrong amateur for too long, it can quietly damage the very nerves that keep your legs working. And it starts so subtly. A bit of tingling, a little numbness. Maybe you trip more often, or your legs feel weaker than usual. Today we're going to look at 7 common vitamins and supplements that seem helpful, but may quietly be causing harm to your legs, your nerves, and even your balance. Some of them are sitting in medicine cabinets across the country right now. And the first one might be the biggest surprise of all. Let's start with the one this video's title is warning you about. It's called vitamin B6. You've probably heard it helps with brain health, energy, even mood, and yes, your body does need it. But here's the part no one tells you. Too much vitamin B6 can poison your nerves. This isn't just theory, it's backed by medical research from countries like Australia, the US, and across Europe. High doses of vitamin B6, especially over time, have been linked to something called peripheral neuropathy. That's a fancy term for nerve damage that often starts in your legs and feet. It can sneak up on you. You might feel tingling or pins and needles in your toes, maybe a burning sensation at night, or even a strange sense that your legs don't know where they are. That's because the nerves that help you walk, stand, and keep balance are being overloaded by too much of this one vitamin. Now here's the tricky part. Most people get plenty of B6 from food, but some supplements, especially those marketed for energy or mood, can give you 20, 50, even 100 milligrams a day. That's way more than your body needs. And the danger builds up slowly, sometimes over months or years. Worse still, for some people, the nerve damage doesn't fully go away even after stopping the supplement. If you've been taking a multivitamin or a B-complex, it's worth checking the label. Look for anything over 10 milligrams of B6 per day, and talk to your doctor if you've been on it long term, especially if you've been feeling off balance or having odd sensations in your legs or feet. Let's move on to another vitamin that sounds innocent, but might not be as harmless as you think. It's vitamin E. For years, people believed it could slow aging, protect the heart, and even help with memory. But more recent studies suggest that when taken in high doses, vitamin E might actually increase the risk of falls and muscle weakness in older adults. Why? Because excess vitamin E can interfere with vitamin K, a nutrient your body uses for muscle coordination and blood clotting. Some researchers think this imbalance might explain why some seniors on heavy vitamin E regimens report feeling more unsteady or bruising more easily. You might notice this as difficulty getting up from a chair, or your legs feeling like they give out for a second, even though you thought you were steady. These aren't normal signs of aging. They could be a sign that your body's out of balance due to supplements that are meant to help. And again, most of this doesn't come from food. It comes from megadose capsules or powders. In one large study, older men taking high-dose vitamin E had a greater risk of falling-related injuries than those who didn't. Now, none of this means vitamin E is bad. Your body absolutely needs it. But like with B6, balance is everything. The goal isn't to cut it out, it's to make sure you're not quietly overloading your system. And that brings us to something even more common. Something nearly every senior I know has been told to take: calcium. Now don't worry, calcium is important. It supports your bones and helps prevent fractures. But many seniors are being told to take large doses without being warned about how it might affect their legs in another way. See, calcium doesn't work alone. Your body needs magnesium and vitamin D to absorb it properly. But when calcium builds up without enough of those helpers, it can start settling in the wrong places, including your arteries, joints, and even your soft tissues. This condition is called calcification, and one of the lesser-known signs is stiffness or aching in the legs, especially after sitting. Some people also describe a cramping feeling, like their muscles are tightening for no reason. In more serious cases, too much calcium without proper balance can increase the risk of vascular problems, which affects blood flow to the legs and feet. What's the takeaway here? If you're taking calcium, check that you're also getting enough magnesium and D3. And always check with your provider to make sure your dose is right for you, not just a one-size-fits-all label. Now, the next one on our list. It's something most people would never guess, and your doctor might not either. Let's keep going. Let's pick up where we left off. We've already talked about 3 supplements that can quietly affect your legs, causing weakness, tingling, or even nerve damage when taken in the wrong amounts. And remember, if you've been using any of these, you were trying to do the right thing. You were following the advice that's been repeated for decades. That's why we're doing this, so you can be better informed, so you can stay strong, steady, and independent. Now, there's another supplement that may sound harmless, even helpful, especially if you've ever dealt with stress or poor sleep. It's melatonin. You've probably heard it's a natural sleep aid. And yes, it can help some people fall asleep more easily. But here's the catch: your body already makes melatonin on its own. And when you take extra melatonin, especially in high doses or over long periods, it can mess with your natural rhythm. That might sound harmless at first, but studies suggest that in older adults, this disruption can cause more than just poor sleep. It can affect your balance, your coordination, even how quickly your muscles respond when you stand up or step down from a curb. If you've ever gotten up in the night and felt suddenly dizzy or unsteady, melatonin might be playing a bigger role than you think. Even more surprising, some over-the-counter melatonin supplements contain much higher doses than the label says, sometimes 5 times more. And because it's considered a natural remedy, it's not regulated like a drug. This doesn't mean melatonin is always bad. But if you're using it regularly, especially at higher doses, it might be worth cutting back and seeing how your body responds. And as always, speak with your provider before making changes. Next up is something almost everyone associates with good health: fish oil. Now don't worry, omega-3s from fish can be very helpful in the right amounts. They support brain health, reduce inflammation, and are good for the heart. But some people overdo it. And when fish oil is taken in high doses, especially without medical supervision, it can thin the blood too much. That can lead to easy bruising, slow healing, and in some cases, leg swelling or discomfort caused by minor bleeds under the skin. There's also some evidence that taking too much fish oil over time might lower blood pressure too far in older adults, which can lead to lightheadedness and faintness, especially when standing up. You might notice it as feeling off balance when you rise too fast, or a kind of fogginess that seems to come and go. Again, fish oil isn't dangerous when used carefully, but doubling up on pills or combining it with blood thinners can create more problems than it solves. Now here's one you might not expect at all. Magnesium? Yes, magnesium is essential, and many older adults don't get enough. But not all magnesium supplements are created equal, and some types can cause more harm than good, especially to your legs. The issue is that certain magnesium forms, like magnesium oxide, are poorly absorbed and can lead to digestive problems. But even more important, too much magnesium, especially from supplements, can interfere with how your muscles contract and relax. That might mean leg cramps that hit at night, or a general heaviness in the legs that makes walking feel more tiring than it should. And here's the strange part: some people take magnesium to prevent leg cramps, not realizing the type or dose could be making things worse. So if you're using magnesium and not feeling better, or feeling different in your legs, it might be worth switching to a better absorbed form, like magnesium glycinate, and speaking with a healthcare provider to get the dose right for you. Now we come to one that's especially important if you've been told to watch your bones or blood sugar: vitamin D. It's often recommended for seniors, and for good reason. It helps your body absorb calcium and supports your immune system. But just like B6, Too much vitamin D can tip things in the wrong direction. Excessive vitamin D can lead to something called hypercalcemia. That's when there's too much calcium in the blood. And when that happens, your muscles can get stiff. Your joints may ache. You might feel more tired than usual, or even get muscle twitches or weakness in your legs. It's one of those things that creeps up slowly. You don't feel it overnight, but over months, it can start to show up in ways that make walking harder or standing up more difficult. This is especially true if you're taking high-dose vitamin D without regular blood tests. Some people are on 5,000 or even 10,000 IU per day, far more than their body needs. So if your legs have been aching or you're feeling weaker lately and you're taking a high dose of vitamin D, it might be time to ask your doctor for a quick check. You deserve to feel steady. You deserve to feel safe on your feet. That's why this next part is so important. Now that you know what might be working against you, let's talk about what can actually help your legs stay strong, your nerves stay sharp, and your body feel more like you again. Because believe it or not, there are safer, gentler options out there and they may be easier than you think. Ready? Let's turn the corner. You've just learned how certain vitamins and supplements, ones that are often trusted, can quietly work against your legs, your balance, and your independence. But now, let's shift the focus to what can help. Because your body isn't failing you. It's just been asking for something different. Magnesium, but the right kind. Instead of magnesium oxide, which is harder for your body to use and can cause stomach upset, try magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate. These forms are gentler, better absorbed, and may actually help relax tight muscles in the legs and reduce nighttime cramps. Think of it like giving your muscles a soft, calming breath. Nothing dramatic, just quiet, steady support. And here's another game changer for many seniors: vitamin B12. Whereas B6 in high doses can damage nerves, B12 helps protect them. In fact, B12 deficiency is one of the most common causes of numbness or tingling in the legs in people over 60. And the tricky thing? Low B12 can hide in plain sight. You might feel more tired, a little foggy, or notice your feet getting cold or asleep more often. The good news? Supplementing with B12, especially in its methylcobalamin form, can gently restore what your nerves need to stay sharp and responsive. And if you're on medications like metformin or acid blockers, your B12 levels might already be lower than you think. Next, let's talk about movement. Not intense workouts. Not hitting the gym. Just small, daily movement. A short walk after meals. Light stretching in the morning. Even simple leg raises while you're watching TV. Every gentle step tells your nerves and muscles, I'm still here, keep working with me. Because the truth is, your legs don't need perfection. They need circulation. They need signals from your brain that say, I'm using you, don't shut down. And when it comes to food, try adding more leafy greens, wild salmon, eggs, and even a few Brazil nuts. These are rich in nutrients like potassium, selenium, choline, and healthy fats that support your muscles, joints, and nerves. It doesn't have to be a complete diet overhaul. Even adding just one of these each day can start a quiet shift in how your body feels. You might start sleeping better, feeling steadier, or even noticing that you're not tripping as much. It's not magic. It's biology balanced, supported, and respected. And remember, you don't have to figure this out alone. Talk with your doctor. Ask for a vitamin panel. Bring up anything you've been feeling in your legs, no matter how small. You have the right to be heard. And you deserve answers that make sense for your body, not just the average patient. So, let's recap this gently. If your legs have been feeling off, if you've had tingling, numbness, weakness, or just a strange feeling that something's not right, it might not be just age. It might not be laziness or lack of exercise. It could be something as small and as powerful as a vitamin out of balance. And now you know what to look for. You know which supplements to check. You know which signals to pay attention to. So let's hear from you. Tell me in the comments, Which one surprised you the most? Have you ever taken any of these? Did you notice any symptoms before you knew what they were? I read every comment. This is your space. Let's help each other stay strong. And if this video helped you or someone you care about, hit that subscribe button. There's more coming. Simple, science-backed ways to protect what matters most. Because your legs carry more than just your weight. They carry your independence. They carry your story. Your independence is carried by your legs. Protect them wisely.